This is my website redesign project for Adams County, Iowa. This was the before. This was what Adams County website looks like, and this was my final design after going through the whole process. So the project requirements were to create a laptop screen minimum of 960 pixels for a home page, a voting or election precinct page with driving information, and photo history page. We would also take 2 of those designs and make them for mobile device with a width of 480 pixels. Okay, so the beginning process was to find good websites and bad websites, to compare them, find things that we liked in them, things that we thought didn't work, and then kind of get our creative processes thinking, what do we want to do, what do we want to mimic on one website to the ones that we are creating. Okay, the next part of the beginning process was starting to do wireframes, starting to set up navigation, figuring out how to get from one page to another, and then picking out color schemes and fonts, text size, and layouts, a little bit more information about the layout of the different designs. This was my first round of the digital designs. I chose the image from a lake up in Adams County, and then the state flower was the pink flower, and the green was the soybeans. And I picked the blue to go along and the green to go along with those colors. My second round, I took out some of the flowery stuff and made it a little bit more plain, so that the functionality would kind of stand out instead of all of the design. And so I went with the black background and the black footer. So my final design was kind of combining those, putting a little bit more color back into it. I used a color from the image, and I had tried a dark green that is there on the front image for the background of the buttons, but it really didn't look too good on some of the other pages, and so I left it with black, but put the color in the blue for the footer and the navigation backgrounds. And these are my other 2 pages, the final designs. Okay, so what I learned from doing this project is that first, it was a lot more complex than I thought. Just trying to figure out how to do the navigation and how I wanted to set up the pages was really hard to figure out. Once I got going on it, it was a little easier to figure out the navigation. I made it probably harder than I thought it in the beginning. But just trying to figure out from how to coordinate from one page to the next, and trying to set up a creative design, it just was a lot harder than I thought it would be. The second thing I learned is that it's really important as a designer to, when I'm on the web, I need to be looking and constantly kind of saying, oh, hey, this is a good design, or that's something I don't want to do. But especially the good designs, I need to save copies of those and store them somewhere so that if I'm designing again, I can go back and look at those images that I thought were good. And third, I learned that it's important to make a website look good, but functionality is really the key, especially with mobile devices, that we need to make sure that people can find what they're wanting. That's more important than it being this beautiful, gorgeous website. And last of all, I learned that designing for mobile devices is becoming more and more important because more people are using that, and there's challenges in learning how to to design for these mobile devices. But it's a challenge, and it's just learning the constraints that we have with a mobile device. Anyways, it was a great project. I learned a lot of things, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to do it. Thanks for watching.